Amazon Prime. You look at the wild lights at the Detroit Zoo. Kickoff here. Fielded by Tom Kennedy. Kennedy down the sideline, and Kennedy gets finally tackled there by Aubrey. So a big run back to just a...
Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson being back in the back ends help the communication, so they're not giving up big plays. And of course, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark are a big part of what they're doing up front. Teams cannot run the football on them, at least coming in to tonight over the last 3 weeks.
At a 40-yard kick return. Now this is David Montgomery. Of course, they got two great backs in Gibbs and Montgomery.
But tonight they'll just kind of rotate back and forth like they normally do.
From the 49, fake to him, under pressure, feeling the heat, gets it away. The ball is picked up at the 49-yard line by Solomon Thomas. And they're down and a little bit of a revamped line again for Detroit. So Dallas putting the heat on. Do they come after him now on a 3rd and 8? No, they send 4. To the outside goes the pass. Falling down is St. Brown. The pass is incomplete. The crowd, of course, wants a flag. Don't get one. Bland covering on the play, 4th down.
Yeah, he lost.
4th and 18 and now 4th and 8. Tonight, more conventional. Flag is thrown to fair catch. Well, it looked like a fair catch was called for by Turpin. And you already had a flag before Turpin took off. And we'll get the call from Hockley.
Yeah, he flashed his hand, and I'm sure that's what he's going to try to defend himself. His hand went up for sure.
That's the fair catch signal. That's why Thomas had to lay off. The crowd to make more noise.
Remember last week, Dallas was backed up, and they took a shot downfield and hit CeeDee Lamb.
So they've targeted Pickens a couple of times, but not Lamb to this point. From the 4, keep it on the ground, try to get some breathing room and a gain of a couple. As Williams spent 4 years at Denver, pretty good, and then they let him go, and a good free agent pickup. I mean, the Cowboys did a lot of...
Didn't quite look the same last year. Denver lets him go, and Dallas able to get him for a year and just $3 million. Bargain.
He's reborn. 2nd down and 8. And that's caught here by Pickens. You know, you bring up a great point. Prescott is the highest paid guy in the league on an annual basis. He's making $60 million. He's handing the ball off to a guy.
Because I don't think Dallas is going to let him go. He's been too impactful, and not only that, a great locker room guy. Really fits into what shot he's trying to sell here to this team.
Everybody holding up the 3s. The 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Score tied 3-3. Deep drop. Prescott, look out! He's in trouble. Did he get out of the end zone? That's Jack Campbell who takes care of him. Where will they have the forward progress? It's going to be a safety. The line judge comes in. Very, very close.
As a blitz pickup running back, but give Jack Campbell a lot of credit. He went right by him, brought one more than they could hit.
With the ball inside the 1-yard line to get it away quickly. Hanger sends it skyward, so he does get it away, and it's a great kick under the circumstances. The 38-yard line. Tom Kennedy, who had that nice kickoff return, takes it to the 41-yard line. So they escape what would have been a 5-3 deficit
here
at that point. Meanwhile, they empty the backfield here as this drive begins from the Dallas 42-yard line. Goff hangs in the pocket, throws, caught. Gibbs makes the catch, get him by the ankle and slam him down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, this is where Jared Goff, he kind of gets into that zone. 5th year in Detroit, 4th year in this system. Very decisive, ability to process quickly, and when he gets back, they're 20 yards or more in the air. So right now they're picking on the linebacker, the linebackers of the Cowboys.
2nd and 6. To the outside goes the pass, caught, 1st down. That's Anthony Firster, who would be right now the number 2 tight end, missing their top 2 guys. And again, meanwhile, you got Dan Skipper, who's a lineman who was positioned outside, and he drops it. Flag is thrown. So they line up Skipper, who very often comes in maybe as the 6th offensive lineman. eligible here.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen anybody line up that far away this season.
And I think Goff, because nobody went out there with him, he aborts the play, flip it out there to him. That's why there was confusion with the center and the snap, and it was just out of rhythm, and that's why they end up getting the penalty. He saw nobody out.
A little over 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Game tied 3-3. Play fake, comes back the other way. Gibbs again. And Gibbs for a short gain here. Tackled there by Izaraku.
Dallas does a pretty good job there sniffing that out. They had 3 different defenders over there, and that's how you stop Gibbs, obviously. Any good back, especially the speed of Gibbs, it's tough for
John Robinson. More scrimmage yards since Gibbs came in as a rookie. Catch is made on the run. St. Brown. St. Brown inside the 10, setting him a first down and goal. And on St. Brown, his second catch, tackled by Bland. That's a gain of 27. And they play this year that has gained 25 or more yards, tops in the league. First and goal. Hand the ball off to Williams, and Williams dives. Does he get in? He is going to be stopped a little short at the moment. So they begin the early celebration. Guys,
he was looking out for the ball to maybe be thrown. If he just would have reached out and grabbed him, that's a 3-yard loss. He's definitely, obviously, out of bounds. You see the ball there at the 1-yard line with that left foot out of bounds. They for him.
Second and goal. Through the middle. Gibbs into the end zone for a Lions touchdown. So they take advantage of the short field. And down they go into the end zone.
Right there on Sam Williams. And that allows Gibbs to get downhill and to be able to eventually get into the end zone for that touchdown.
It's 45. The guard who made that block, second-round pick. And now the extra point from Bates is good with 2:14 to play in the opening quarter on Thursday Night Football from Detroit with the Lions. And Bates sends it down to the 7-yard line. Turpin brings it out past the 30. So what's ahead for these teams?
Game for both these teams tonight and where they go from here, especially the Cowboys.
From the 30-yard line, handoff here. Williams picks up 6.
Let's take a look at our next-gen stats coming off those schedules, powered by AW.
Working on Turpin on the sideline. Second and short. And they're going to be a yard short here with a 3rd down forthcoming.
Kelvin Shepard made some comments after their game last week against Green Bay that, hey, we're not rushing our quarterback. We're not covering well in the back end. We're going to have to make.
Prescott fires. That's caught. That's going to be a first down to the 44-yard line. Brian Fenoy, second-year man out of Southeast Missouri State.
Field to these receivers.
Under a half minute to play in the quarter. Into a lot of traffic to the 46-yard line goes Javonte Williams.
Yeah, the interior of this offensive line.
Detroit, Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, Kaylee Hartung. 2nd down and 7 for the Cowboys. As Prescott, short trap, quick throw to the outside he goes, and the Lions are there to gang tackle Flanoy, who's been a busy man. 3 grabs tonight, all for short yardage.
Man, Kelvin Shepard has done a remarkable job in getting this defense ready. Remember, this normally you and I call a game, it's a short week, but both these teams playing on getting after Dak Prescott tonight.
For sure. 3rd down and 6. Prescott to the outside goes the pass. C.D. Lamb breaks the tackle, and Lamb gets into Detroit territory.
Cowboys fan, and that's a good job. They chipped with Jake Ferguson to keep Aiden Hutchinson out. Had just enough time with another blitz to get it out there, and a heck of an effort by Lamb to get the yards he needed for the first down.
Picked up 16. Now you got Turpin, who ran 3 times last week, and he gets wrestled down by Maddox after a short game. Let's go to Kaylee.
Well, guys, Maddox is on the field because Lions safety Thomas Harper has been ruled out of this game with a concussion. You saw him need assistance to get off the field early in the first.
Be occupied by Kirby Joseph. 2nd down and 6 now from the 33-yard line. Little cut back here. Picks up about 3. Does Javonte Williams. Tackled by Brian Branch. 3rd and 3. You know, the Cowboys are 2nd in the league in points. Their average game this season winds up with 58 total points. Is they've given up the
tonight that it could be going back and forth, and you got to maximize your opportunities with Dak Prescott, shoddy, trying to adjust to this plan that Detroit's put together.
3rd and 3. There's a little flip here to Williams. Williams is able to bust forward, break a tackle, pick up a 1st down. Got away from Jack Campbell.
Yeah, heck of a job. You mentioned Flournoy doing a good job catching a ball tonight. Here he's going to shoulder, does his job. See the tackle pulling around, and then just tough, hard running there again by Williams to get the 1st down. Look at Dak. Hold on to it.
Barely.
Yep.
Rolling left, throwing on the run into traffic and jams it in there. Gets it to Brevin Spann-Ford, normally playing on special teams. Got a touchdown earlier this season. 2nd down and 3.
Shoddy.
Cowboys go no huddle. Malik Davis is now the running back. Give it to him. And Davis will come up a little bit short to set up 3rd and 1.
But that run last week kind of came out of nowhere by Malik Davis. We brought him up to Shoddy. He kind of lights up because he's a guy that, and for him to have that moment last week, the players and the coaches are incredibly fired up for him.
But C.D. Lamb now in the backfield, and it's a sneak by Prescott. Yep, Malik Davis last week had that 43-yard touchdown scamper against the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, as most of you know, you follow the game. The Cowboys did the schedule when it came out. You got Philadelphia on a Sunday, and then you got Kansas City on a Thursday, back-to-back.
And think about it, before Las Vegas, you're sitting there at 3-5-1, and you got those able to win Vegas, Philly after being down 21, and Kansas City last week.
Prescott rolling, keeps his eyes downfield, throwing, that's incomplete. Trying to get it to Flournoy, been an active man tonight. 2nd down and 10.
Again, came up limping after that effort there in coverage. He is as big as Saint to this defense. He's going to stay on the field.
Hobbles back. 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Set up a screen, and it's probably a good thing that he dropped it. Anzalone is right there to take care of Javonte.
See if they can execute on this 15th play coming up with this drive down in the red zone.
Go empty here. Prescott in a vice. Sacked. Al-Fadin Muhammad with the sack.
Sure why he's looking inside and hesitant to get out to Muhammad, but he was.
7 sacks for him. So 4th and 9. In comes the field goal unit. Aubrey, that's close. But he's able to get it inside the right up. Kickoff here, fielded at the 3-yard line. Sailors. He gets popped at the 30-yard line, and a little extra action there.
Here's the touchdown. I mean, this guy is incredible. We all knew that. I mean, it's a rare #1 receiver that you have in the slot, but he being out there tonight, such an important game, is huge for the Lions.
They gave him a little extra juice. He goes in motion here. Goff has good protection this time, but the pass is incomplete. St. Brown was moving to the inside. Intended receiver, 2nd down and 10. You know, we talked about how tough
it's a touchdown if he puts it out in front. Almost pulled the trigger.
2nd and 10, one of the rare penalties in the game.
We'll start offense.
Frazier, the rookie, in for him at that spot at left guard.
Empty here on 2nd down and 15. Goff fires, caught. Gibbs spins around, and Gibbs picks up about 8, close to a first down. Overshown making the tackle there.
Again, take the eyes of Logan Wilson, and that opens it up for Gibbs. I remember when he was at Alabama, I used to go to there. He'd be lined up in certain periods out with the receivers, running routes with the receivers.
3rd and 2 now. From the 38-yard line again. His movement up front, and the pass is a little short there, looking for the flag. You got Revel, the rookie, and Jamison Williams. And who moved first?
I think Goff thought he had a free, held steady.
Crowd senses the same thing as they watch the replay.
Yeah, no flag came down.
Jack Fox, one of the best to send it down, and a fair catch is called for, this time very clearly by Turban.
Now, people are obviously going to react to Detroit.